Hi.
Hey, hi. How are you?
So we're here with the MicroEJ.
Yes, MicroEJ here. We are a software company, and we provide a software platform for all kind of IoT and consumer devices. You can see here an example of all the various devices that we support, from a smart thermostat to coffee machine to smartwatch to power meter and so on. So basically, what our customers do, they build the products that they sell to consumers, and we help them by providing this software platform, a little like Microsoft does for the PCs with Windows, or like what Google does with on the mobile phone with Android. For the IoT, industrial IoT and consumer IoT, there was no real software platform, and now there is one with MicroEJ.
Is it on Cortex M and Cortex A?
We support all kind of processors. So, and in fact, that's one of our differentiation, is that we can go on very small microprocessors like Cortex M. So that runs as well. Our platform runs on that, and then we can support up to Cortex A and big processors.
All right. And here we see some demo right here. So what do we see here?
Yeah, so here we are showing an example of what you will use, what a customer will use to do prototyping. So it's a smartwatch, an example of smartwatch platform. So what you can do, yeah, this is a smartwatch platform on the hardware, and people will develop their software. Based on the MicroEJ V, they will develop all the smartwatch software on this prototyping platform.
Is there a lot of smartwatch with MicroEJ?
Yes, there are. So I'm showing here an example of a real customer.
Very low power?
Yeah, this is basically the smartwatches from Polar. So Polar is very well known in the sport smartwatch, and all these smartwatches are powered by MicroEJ, and they can last for several weeks with on the battery, because they can use very low power and cost-effective processors.
Are you able to scale from a low power to higher power stuff?
Of course. But the main advantage with MicroEJ is that we provide the same benefits of a high-end platform like Windows or Android on a very small hardware, very small, very cost-effective and low-power hardware. So this is good also for home appliances. Like yeah, this is basically based on a design from the group SEB, which is an international group for all kind of small appliances. This is a variant of a smart cooker for Japan, so it's a Japanese version. And they support all kind of languages, of course, and all the software and the smart recipes that you can download and so on.
You can click a little bit.
And yeah, sure. We can do some search. So I don't speak Japanese, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, but this is yeah. You see a smart. Oops, I don't know exactly how to do everything. But
how does it compare with Android, for example?
So in terms of concept, basically the development process is very similar to Android. So Android has this concept of virtualization and software containers that are the apps. We provide exactly the same thing on all these small processors. And we are even compatible to some degree with Android, because we support all the Android tools like Android Studio. So it's a very similar, but it's basically addressing all the rest of the market that Android is not addressing today, which is small IoT and consumer and industrial devices.
How big are you in the industry?
So we have sold so far 250 million units of our IPs. So it's our business model is IP licensing. So you can think about 250 million units of product that will be powered by MicroEJ.
That's big.
Yeah, that's very big in all kind of industries. But we are not well known because we are hidden inside the product. But all the manufacturers know about us.
Does it make you a billion-dollar company?
I hope so.
Because the license is not $4 per device, right? It's lower?
I cannot comment really on the price, but you can imagine that because the devices are cost-effective and small product devices, it's not a very expensive license, but it's a decent amount.
And when I think of Android, it's got to do a little bit with Java stuff, or does it have to do with Java? And there's a J in MicroEJ?
Yeah, so originally, in fact, the core technology that is used for MicroEJ, the virtual execution environment, was originally from the concept of Java, all the concept of virtualization, but we have enhanced that a lot, and now it's a real full-fledged operating system with everything, all the libraries, software, and capability that you require in an operating system.
Is it open source?
It's a big portion of what we do is open source, but we have a core IP, which is our virtual processor that we license, and that's where we make money, basically.
Do you share the code with Zephyr or some other projects?
So Zephyr and other projects are for us partners. We use them, in fact, in our overall platform. So we use all kind of OS like FreeRTOS, Zephyr, or all kind of embedded OS. We partner with them to support them, and with that we build the bigger platform, which is MicroEJ.
To make sure that more apps work on more devices? Is this the idea?
Yes, that's exactly the idea. In fact, for instance, typically in the smartwatch industry, and that's what we are bringing Vee Wear, is that the market is very fragmented. There are lots of smartwatches. More than 50% of smartwatches are powered by real-time operating system and microcontrollers, and they don't have an app ecosystem. And with MicroEJ, we could enable that on all these smartwatches, and that's what we have created this new product we call Vee Wear, which is the wearable OS by MicroEJ.
Because when I go to Hong Kong Fair, for example, and I see all these Chinese companies making the smartwatch, it seems they all have very tiny OS running on them, some kind of RTOS things. And some of them try to make it look a little bit like Apple Watch or whatever. But it'd be nice if there was a standardized way to make cool apps work on all these cheap smartwatches.
Exactly, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying really to unify this market, which is very fragmented, which is every company trying to do their own OS. But
then there's no apps.
And it's
they
very
don't have
difficult.
Any apps because it's a
so
port.
sometimes they manage to get some apps with some JavaScript and so on, but it's usually not very efficient. It's very difficult for app providers to support these guys because they are too fragmented. They cannot support everything. And we have an example. What we are trying to do now is to unify that. And you have an example with one of our partners, Facer. They do watch faces. They have a community of 30,000 developers for watch faces, and they have 500,000 watch faces. And all this is now available for all Atos watches thanks to MicroEJ. So now all these customers, all these people that do Atos-based watches, they can have all these 500,000 watch faces right now on their device if they use MicroEJ.
I really love watching videos that's about a project called Flutter, where people make one code and it works on a whole bunch of platform, Android, iOS, but also Windows, Linux, and other stuff. And I was wondering if it makes sense to hook into that kind of thing, and then suddenly when people develop for one of these things, it also supports your ecosystem.
Yeah, so sure. Basically, when you develop with MicroEJ, your application, the binary application, will run on any OS. So it can run on RTOS, it can run on Windows. That's how we do our simulation, and it can run also on Android. So everything. But the key point is that it stays very optimized. So you can always do portability with lots of overhead, but we have minimized this overhead. That's our technology basically. We make it very efficient and very portable.
So the developers need to learn what you're doing and be connected with what you're doing.
Yeah, sure, but it's very easy for people to learn about. Let's say to learn MicroEJ. It's pretty fast for developers, especially if they have some experience with Android, for instance. So we are very close in terms of development processes. Even the libraries, the core Java libraries are the same, and then all those other libraries have the same philosophy. And we try to get very close, to stay very close to what Android is doing. So it's basically it's a fast learning curve for these people.
And here we have the Vee Wear. So is this a big deal?
Yeah, of course, it's a big deal for us. So we are bringing now a variant of our platform called Vee Wear, which is dedicated. So it's really a purpose built for wearable devices, and this brings all the technology that we have developed with customers like Polar to enable smartwatches. We bring all this technology together, and we bring that with, in fact, some additional technology, some additional partnerships, like a partnership with Facer, for instance, that brings watch faces, 100,000 of watch faces to the wearable markets. So this is a big deal, and this is a big deal for every people developing smartwatches today.
It says it's kind of like an alternative to the Android Google Wear, right? The Android Wear. There's been this thing where I always thought they call it Google Wear OS is kind of like big. It needs big, kind of expensive hardware to run.
Yes.
But this could run on $30 smartwatch?
Exactly, and so we don't say it's an alternative, it's more like a complement. So basically, very often our customers, they have a series of products based on Google Wear, and they have a series of products that are more like low power, long battery life watches. And what we enable them to do is that first they can use the same software to develop apps on all, in fact because we support also Android, and then they can design very low power smartwatches that are very similar in terms of look and feel and capabilities to what you have with Android Wear.
There's some announcements about specific products that are using this?
So we have announcing, in fact, a partnership, and the first customers, in fact, one of the first customers officially that is using this is the company MicroConnected. So it's a company that is issued from people that have worked with fossil for a long time, and they have developed tens of millions of products. And now they have announced that they have created a separate company, and they are going to use MicroEJ. They're going to use Vee Wear for all their smartwatches. So that's the very first official customers. Of course, other customers like Polar continue to use our technology with the addition of the Vee Wear capabilities.
Swatch Group? No, I'm just joking. No, but okay, it could be like all kinds of, anybody can just contact, and you have specific licensing deals and everything?
Of course, anybody can just contact. So if you have a smartwatch manufacturer, please contact us. We can help you, we definitely can help you. We can help you streamline your design, we can help you add more capabilities, we can help you enable an ecosystem for your smartwatch, and we can help you while being very independent, because our philosophy with the customer is that we provide them the platform, but they can customize it really the way they want. We are not there to tell them how the features will be and what they should do. It's really it's very custom built. It's very good for any type of smartwatches.